A massive new problem for the U.S. rental market. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. Just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Another new massive problem trickling into the U.S. rental market. You know what's so great about this one? And if you're new, I talk really fast. I know you guys have mentioned that in the comments below. If you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron sharpening iron. We're doing a lot of sharpening of iron in the comments section below. And thank you everybody who helps report spammers, help each other, answer each other's questions. You truly are iron sharpen iron. But the realities are this, my friends. We're seeing one of the things we used to hear about is like the rental market will continue to be strong. Well, listen, I'm a landlord, friends, and I've currently just filled one of our spaces. It was a studio apartment in a euphoric, expensive place where we live, which is usually really a slam dunk, especially in the height of that craziness. And we handle a lot of rentals for a lot of you guys as well. A lot of property management services. Show what I always tell people, especially if you're going to market, whether it's a rental or a sale, find out who your competition is and beat them. So anytime I'm taking, if you want me to get your rental, I can't see people chasing the market, coming at the height of the market. We see what's happening, stuck on the market, going through price reductions. That's what happens if you chase the market. You come on at the top of its value range. Well, the same thing's true with rentals. And with rentals, it's a similar situation as when you sell your house. We run the comps, see what recent sales say. This is what your estimated value is. Now, if you get me as your realtor, you're going to hear me say, I suggest we come on the lower end of its value range to get in front of this because we're in a declining market, not an accelerating market anymore. So if we come on up here, no one's coming to your open house and I don't want your listing. So go find someone else and then I'll see you in a year when your listing expires at your new reduced price. Would you like to go to market now and get sold? That's sanity. I love this stuff. Rentals, though, we're going to take a look at one today here in the area. I was like, oh boy, here we go. It's a big apartment complex in one of these newer planned development areas. And a lot of times when these planned developments get built with these cookie cutter FOMO factory neighborhoods, they're required to put some affordable housing in there as well, some rentals, some apartments, condos, whatever. Well, now what we're seeing is in the rental market, because they're in lockdowns, it got pretty red hot there. Well, there's a lot of companies now that sell software programs to these big companies that have these massive rental properties to calculate what the comps are. This is what you should be charged. That's why a lot of times you go into their leasing offices and they're like, today our rate is this, but tomorrow it could be what? Insanity. So what are we seeing now? They're about to get slammed. People moving out. The rental market's softening, and that's why for me, when we're renting property, when I rent property, I always come under its market value. So if anything like this happens, people don't start jumping ship on me. Then I have tenant turnover, and one missing month's rent can evaporate any price gouging you might have done in 1 month. So now what we're seeing is these big, are you seeing them? I know you probably are. Big apartment complexes now for lease, incentives, stuck on market. People are bailing out of breaking leases at times to get out because they're getting price gouged because these companies they price gouge people. They got software to chase the local price range, come on the top, and greed swept these markets. You're going to see some serious stuff happening in there. And I'm already seeing it because I'll tell you why. I drove by one the other day. I was like, wow, look at these. They're like little teeny yard signs that you bought on Vistaprint or one of these places and started plopping them all over. Not one or two signs, littered with signs. And the place, quiet, ghost town. Nobody there. Nice pool area. Nobody in it. Beautiful Southern California. Problems as we heat map temperature check the U.S. economy and the U.S. housing market. So let's go ahead and jump over and take a quick look to drive our point home. Then we'll meet back here to wrap it up. Let's get started.
All right, friends, buckle up and strap in as we take a stroll through sunny Southern California. But unfortunately, it's not all rainbows and sunshine for our rental market. Here's a massive apartment complex littering the streets with for lease signs as they become desperate. As more people are now moving out, than moving in. Why, you ask? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you. Price gouging. In the euphoria, they thought they could charge whatever they want, but now they're learning that's no longer the case. And people don't really want to move into an apartment where your patio looks more like a jail cell than a patio. And that's in fact what we're seeing with a lot of these places, just packing people in, warehousing them. Now, this place has a really nice location, a really nice pool area, but there's hardly anybody there. In fact, strike that. There's nobody here, and this is a nice sunny day. If I lived here, this is probably where I'd be, but that's just a sign that we need tenants. And all these signs exactly tell us just that. We need tenants in a big, big way. The housing market has clearly shifted, and it's trickled in to the rental market. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up.
All right, friends, welcome back. So there's just a little sneak peek of an area right here where I live of a massive apartment complex. Sucking air. And listen, here's the thing, like I was talking before we rolled the clip. One of the recent ones I just dealt with was a studio apartment block from the beach. Never have a problem getting it rented. And we got tons of interest in it, of course. But, you know, I always say, the amount of interest or emails you get, it's when you finally boil it down to people that handed in applications and review those applications and see who's qualified to actually rent the place. That, from the amount of emails you get to the amount of applications of qualified applicants, very small, maybe 5% of all the emails applied and are qualified. A very small rental pool is produced out of the inquiries that these rentals are produced. This place is going to face the same thing. And this place didn't get in front of this and find out who its competition was and beat them. No, they came on the market, and there's dozens of apartment buildings all around the city, just like the one we looked at today, and they're all chasing the market together, experiencing vacancies to the point now where you used to just plop it on the internet and it would rent. You didn't even need a sign. So if we're reading between the lines and looking between the cracks, heat mapping and temperature checking, the health of the U.S. economy and the health of the U.S. housing market, when you start to see now for lease signs pop up where we didn't see that for a long time, and you're seeing price reductions and price incentives, but they're still chasing the market. Any price reductions they're doing aren't significant enough to get people to come apply. That's why I always say, find out who your competition is and beat them in a way that'll get every available person in that price range over to the property. If you don't give them a reason, they need to see a deal. It doesn't have to be like a too good to be true deal, because I know a lot of it you just won't work. But if you just chase the market with token price reductions in your rentals or for sales, no one's racing over to see your property in this climate. It's declining. You got to give people a reason to come over to the property. Let me just tell you, anybody that thinks rents are going back up because people are going to need housing, they're going to lose their homes and need rentals, no. It will all run vertically or parallel with each other. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history is having its blowback. When it reaches into the rental market in the way we just looked at today, where for lease signs and incentives and price drops are occurring, that's a sign that the bust is right here knocking at the door. Every area is going to behave differently. We're going to heat map it, temperature check it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you, would be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. If you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.